Welcome to a special edition of the Ironman Report. John Bones Jones has vacated the light heavyweight belt. What does that mean for both the light heavyweight division and the heavyweight division going forward? John Bones definitely in talks over a new contract with the UFC over more money. But there's clear indications that John Bones Jones is ready to move up to heavyweight at this point. John Bones Jones doesn't seem interested in a rematch with Dominic Reyes, who Reyes debatedly won that fight. So he might be running from Dominic Reyes now. So what does that mean for light heavyweight? That means Dominic Reyes and Jan Blachowicz will likely fight for the vacant title on September 26th. They will likely be the co-main to Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa Borrachina. So that's going to be good there. What does that mean for Thiago Santos and Glover Teixeira? The winner of that fight is likely next in line to fight for the light heavyweight title. Those are the two big implications at 205. What does that mean at heavyweight? Well, I think it's going to take some time for John Bones Jones to bulk up to heavyweight. I don't think he's going to get the next dibs at Stipe Miocic. I think what's more likely going to happen is you're going to see Francis Ngannou and Stipe Miocic fight for the belt probably maybe towards, I'm thinking maybe around New Year's. We will see Miocic versus Ngannou 2. The winner of that fight likely fights John Bones Jones. So those are the two huge implications. How long will it take for them to work a deal? Who knows? Can John Jones stay out of trouble? That's the other wild card there. But we shall see what happens. There's going to be a lot of moving parts coming up. But I just wanted to come on air to talk about the fact that John Bones Jones is vacating the light heavyweight belt. So come September 26th, we'll be hearing the words, and new UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. And that should be a very good fight between Blachowicz and Reyes. That's going to be really good. And I think Dominic Reyes, if Dominic Reyes wins, I think Dominic Reyes could have a very long reign as the light heavyweight champion. So that's how I feel. Thiago Santos, definitely. I think there's going to be some fun fights with Dominic Reyes. You've got Jimmy Crute, who's up and coming. You've got Alexander Rakic, who's going to fight Anthony Smith in the coming weeks. So heavyweight's up and coming. Light heavyweight's up and coming. And heavyweight's got some exciting fights coming too. At some point, maybe by the end of the year, first of next year, you're going to get Derek Lewis against Curtis Blades. That could decide who fights for a title maybe later in 2021. You've got Jairzinho Rozenstruik, no slouch there. Augusto Sakai, undefeated. So there's plenty of opportunities, and we'll see how John Bones Jones looks like at heavyweight. I am very interested to see how that works out. Stipe Miocic, I think he's only going to fight 2 more times. He's going to fight he will definitely fight Ngannou 1 more time. And if he beats Ngannou, I think his last fight in the UFC will be against John Bones Jones. Make a big payday, collect a nice fire pension. He does firefighting on the side and live comfortably retired. And retire comfortably around 40. So there's going to be some good fights coming up at light heavyweight and heavyweight now. Who knows how long it'll take for John Bones Jones to bulk up. But he's not getting the next title shot. I think that is going to be Francis Ngannou. Jones will certainly get the winner of Miocic and Ngannou. and it will sell pay-per-views. Maybe it will. And then you got Israel Adesanya, another rising star. If Adesanya is successful at beating Paulo Costa, you could maybe he could start getting the right at, maybe not yet, but he could start maybe consider the idea of going for a second belt at 205 at some point. Adesanya, if he beats Costa, I think then he might fight the winner of Jared Cannonier and Robert Whittaker coming up. That's going to be a very good fight. That will likely determine the next opponent for the winner of Adesanya and Costa Borrachina. So you could maybe one or two fights away from seeing Israel Adesanya making the jump to 205. Could you imagine maybe seeing Adesanya fight Dominic Reyes or Jan Blachowicz or Thiago Santos in 2021? How would Adesanya handle 205? That intrigues me. We could see some champs in 2021, maybe 2022. So that's be some exciting times coming up. And then look at over there at 125, Davison Figueiredo. I kind of called it too. I think this is going to be a good fight for Cody Garbrandt. This might actually get some eyes in the flyweight division when they fight Figueiredo and Garbrandt's going to bring eyes to 125. And I think that's what's desperately needed for the flyweight division to survive. So those are going to be some interesting fights coming up. 2021, we could see champs again. If Figueiredo beats Garbrandt, Figueiredo could be one or two fights away from going to maybe being a champ at 135. He could stake a claim at a 135 fight. You got Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling going to fight at some point. But if Edgar wins this weekend, Edgar likely would get the winner. That's just some way, somehow, Frankie Edgar always manages to get title shots. But if Edgar loses, I think that's going to be the end of Frankie Edgar. Could start talking retirement. But there's going to be some good fights coming up in 2021. You could be talking about champs in 2021. It could be Davison Figueiredo, maybe going for a second belt. Potentially Israel Adesanya in 2021 going for light heavyweight. But I think the big winner out of Jones vacating the belt is going to be Dominic Reyes. I kind of think Reyes has the making to be a longtime champion at 205. And now we shall see how excited he'll be to see Reyes fight Jan Blachowicz to win the 205 belt. And of course, at some point in 2021, you will see probably the winner of Thiago Santos and Glover Teixeira probably get the next dibs at the belt after Reyes and Blachowicz. So everybody have a good night, and I'll be back Saturday night to do the post-fight show. Good night.